Hey everybody. So a lot of times I get asked what got me into the health insurance industry. And it's a funny story why I decided to do the health insurance thing. Obviously, I love sales. I love customer service. I'm a big believer in the customer service arena. If you don't believe in the customer service, then you're gonna have a hard time trying to help anybody else, right? But the biggest thing that caused me to go into the health insurance industry was a few years ago. I sort of had a little situation where I ended up in the hospital and I had to pay out of pocket. I believe I ended up paying a little bit over $10,000, which I had no idea I was going to have to pay because I thought that the health insurance plan I was on was going to cover the whole thing. So story was I was sick for a few days. What happens with the typical Hispanic person when you get sick? You don't go to the doctor, even though you have health insurance and you pay for it every single month. What do? We call up our parents, right? Mom and dad become doctors. We ask them, we say, hey, mom, what should I take? I'm feeling sick. I have a headache, blah, 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 whatever. Then mom and dad say, hey, take this. And we take it, right? Well, in this situation, it was totally different. I followed my mother's instructions, which I love, by the way. Love you, mom. Love you, dad. But I did end up following the instructions. I took the medication, took the wrong medication, and I ended up in the hospital for a few nights. Long story short, I got out of the hospital. Everything was good. Never ever taking that medication again. I will never ask my mom for help when I'm getting sick, even though I love her. But you got to be careful on some of the remedies that mom and dad give you. So, a few days later, I receive a letter, right, from the hospital telling me I owe a little bit over $20,000. So I take it to my HR manager. I say, hey, what's the deal here? Why am I being billed so much? So she says, oh, Mark, don't worry about it. You have great coverage. Let's get on the phone with the broker. So we get on the phone with the broker. We tell the broker what the deal is. And he says, yeah, your deductible or your max out of pocket is $10,000. After you pay for that, then the health insurance will pay for the remainder of it. So I was at shock. I didn't have any idea what my max out of pocket was. And maybe they did explain it when I signed up, but who pays attention, right, to health insurance? Who looks at the big packet that you receive in the mail? And it's always that comment from people, yeah, you didn't look at the small print at the end. You didn't look at the fine print. Well, come to find out, there's no fine print. It's all the same size. We're just lazy and we don't look at the pamphlet that we receive from the health insurance people. So anyways, I ended up having to pay my deductible, right? Was in collections for a few months, finally paid it off. The bill is fully paid. So now I'm doing the health insurance thing. I'm going out there and helping. And what I love about what I do is before I help anybody out, before I sign anybody up, I do have to walk them through the plan. I have to let them know what their deductibles are. I have to let them know what the plan is going to pay towards their doctor visits. I have to tell them what is not covered. I have to tell them what the limits are, how it's got coverage, depending on what plan they sign up for. So that's a little bit. That's a quick synopsis or a quick short story, I should say, on why I decided to become a health insurance agent. Right. A lot of times we take for granted the health insurance we have. We sign something at the beginning of the year. We have no idea what plan we're on. We don't know what our deductibles are. We don't know what our max out of pockets are until we need it. And then when we get that bill in the mail, we're shocked that we actually have to pay something out of pocket. Well, although my deductible was pretty high, even though it was a group plan, I mean, $10,000 is extreme. It did what it had to do, right? It paid for the other half, or a little bit more than half. But regardless, nobody or not many people that I know have $10,000 set aside for their health insurance deductible or max out of pocket. So there's plans out there that even though you don't have a deductible, there's plans that'll give you money that'll pay your deductible. Right now, some of these plans you do have to get approved for. You have to go through underwriting, but it's a great plan. Why wouldn't you want to get on a health insurance plan where you'd be covered at 100% once you meet your max out of pocket. But even better, if you're going to get on a plan where the actual health company or health insurance company is going to give you the money to pay for that deductible, I mean, that's great, right? Why wouldn't we want to go for something like that? The plans are on PPO networks. They have nationwide coverage, and they have great benefits that'll help you out if you qualify for the plan. So if you have any more questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Again, just wanted to give you guys a quick short story on why I decided to become a health insurance agent, how me being a health insurance agent has allowed me to help other people on understanding what a health insurance plan is, especially when it comes to a private plan. Thank you very much. Have a good one.